Welcome, collectors and hobby enthusiasts. In this Diecast Emporium review, we're going to be taking a look at yet another Diecast Masters Core Classic Series model. This is the CAT D8T track-type tractor, or bulldozer as it's known to the rest of the world outside of CAT. The item number is 85299C. The C is important because that denotes that it is, of course, a Core Classic Series model. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, let me first, of course, welcome you and thank you for checking out my channel. And two, the C, again, this item number is what you need to know if you go into any hobby store or any authorized distributor of Diecast Masters. You don't need to necessarily memorize the name of any of the models that you see on my channel. Just write down the item number, give that to the store, and they can find whatever machine that your little heart desires. So, onward with the video. Again, with the Core Classic Series models, they come in the standard brown-style squared-off box with the model front and center. On the back of the packaging, you have a black and white picture of the real machine at work. To the right of that, of course, is your specification details of the real machine. If you are interested in reading about those, please, as I always like to do, feel free to pause the video and read those now. Let's go ahead and unbox this and take a look at the model. This is not the first D8 that we've seen in the 1/50 scale CAT collection over the years. As a matter of fact, the newest one to date, that I'm filming anyway, is the D8T with the U-blade, and that is currently in the Highline series, and I will show off that as soon as we get done with this, just to kind of show you the differences and show you what's out there. So, here is the D8T. Also included is the Diecast Masters Scale Model Replicas catalog, little mini brochure in here which has their entire lineup of products. Always a worthwhile inclusion. So you pull apart these plastic formers, which take the place of the annoying twist ties. And here it is. Here is the D8T. Now, something very, very interesting about this model, and you may have caught it there, but typically the Core Classic Series models all come with Bob, our friendly neighborhood operator, permanently affixed in the cab. And really the only thing you can do to get him out of the cab with these Core Classic Series models is once you purchase them, you can disassemble the model. But like I said, you may have just caught it off camera, but Bob in this Core Classic Series packaging was separate. How about that for an awesome change of pace? So this model, Bob is separate, even though it is a Core Classic Series piece. Alright, so let's go on to the functionality. The tracks are metal and they are linked together, but they don't roll on a smooth surface, but they will roll very well on any surface with friction. And that's helped along because they are tensioned, as you can see here as I demonstrate. You can also elect to take the tracks off, if that's what you'd like to do. As for the functionality of the main blade, you can raise it up to a reasonable height. Right there. The blade can be tilted forward and angled slightly left or right, but the angle of tilt left or right is very, very limited. And as far as your cutting angle goes, you can achieve a pretty realistic one. It's difficult to pick up on camera, but it has raised the machine off the ground, which is very good to see. Moving towards the other end, this D8 comes with a single shank ripper, and that also can be lowered and angled, as you can see. But it doesn't appear that it's strong enough to hold the machine off the ground on that end. But at least, if you put it in the raised working or out of service position, the cylinders are strong enough to hold it there. Alright, as for the subtle details on this model, a lot of the accent pieces are plastic, such as the grab rails, the handles up here, these pieces. This is how you would get Bob inside of his office. If you would like to do that kind of thing, this just pops off. Very similar to most of the most of the Highline series models by Diecast Masters. Although it gives the illusion on the engine cover that these holes are perforated and see-through, that's actually what they're designed to do, is give you that illusion. They are not perforated. It's just done by graphics, and I have to say it's a pretty darn good job. The front of the tractor, you see two forward-facing silvered working lights, some nice hydraulic line details, again in rubber, and your grille. Underneath, not too much to write home about other than the detailed track parts. You have the Diecast Masters logo in 1:50 scale underneath. And that is your Core Classic Series Cat D8T track type tractor. Now I mentioned, and that's kind of been in the background of this whole video, that if you want to, you can opt to pick up this D8T. And this is the Cat D8T track type tractor with the 8U blade right here. There's your U blade. This is currently in the Highline series, and it's a little bit different, most notably, of course, in the blade, but the ripper mechanism has been reworked as well. There's also some hydraulic lines that have been added on this. And really, overall, they've kind of taken the D8T and just really improved on every aspect of it. There's the back of it as well. You can see that there are now different types of lights. I mentioned the hydraulic lines that are now there. The improved functionality and detail of the ripper. Moving over to here, you now have a much more detailed engine housing or engine cover. You have warning and tie-down labels on your track frame and ripper. And obviously, the big noticeable change is your blade and your visibility perforations up on top of the blade. So, there you go, collectors. That is a brief synopsis of the two Diecast Masters Caterpillar D8Ts, currently available in 1:50 scale. Again, the Core Classic Series model is going to be a little bit less expensive than the Highline Series model. So if you're looking for a D8T, look no further. The choice just comes down to which version of the two you want. Thank you so much for watching, collectors. I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Stay tuned. We got a lot of great stuff coming up over the next few weeks. We'll see you in the next video review.